Chainlink holders have been hit with some major news this week that is continuing to make people like me believe that Chainlink is not just here for the here and now, it is here for a long-term hold. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you why I believe Chainlink might be one of the top cryptocurrencies to hold, not just for the next year, but for the next several years. Also, we'll take a look at the charts and analyze what the next couple of days up to the next couple of months could look like for Chainlink price action. If you enjoy Chainlink, if you're a big holder, smash the like right now, watch all the way till the end, and make sure you're also subscribed to the channel. All right, let's go. Later in the video, I am going to be showing you a trade setup strategy that I will be using on Chainlink over the next couple of days. And if you're looking for a place to be trading Chainlink and other altcoins, make sure to check out BloFin in the link down below. This is the #1 exchange right now in the world. And if you are serious about making some big money, whether we're bullish or bearish, and you want to trade it on leverage with hundreds of different pairs, BloFin is perfect for you. No KYC, no VPN required. Start trading today. There's also a new trading competition starting right now that you can join the Bros team today. For the next 18, 19 days, there's a competition that we could win upwards of a Cybertruck or $4.2 million split between several teams, but we need your help. Go sign up and join the War of Whales today and join the Bros team. Before we get into the news of what's happening with Chainlink, I just did want to give a quick overview on the charts of what has been happening more recently, because some people, I could just about guarantee you, are starting this video off saying, Tim, why are you still so bullish on Chainlink? This coin doesn't seem to be doing much. And when you look at the charts, they're not necessarily wrong. It has been a very frustrating 2025, and even the period between April and May, where we had a rally from $10 all the way up back towards 18, it seems that we lost all of that momentum here over the last couple of weeks. But guess what? Later in the video, I will show you why I still am bullish on Chainlink long term, even if in the short term, I think there might be a potential short opportunity. But before we get there, let's get into the headlines. These headlines are not things that necessarily bring us massive bullishness in this moment, but long term, not just the next couple of months, but the next couple of years. These headlines have massive repercussions for Chainlink holders to give you confidence that this coin is not going anywhere, and that place that it will be going is to the upside. Earlier this week, we got a splash with amazing news as MasterCard, one of the largest credit card companies in the world, has decided to choose Chainlink to partner with. This is going to open up billions of cardholders to purchase cryptocurrency directly on chain, and all of that's going to be flowing through the Chainlink ecosystem. The other big news is, of course, that we are in the process, probably days, if not weeks away, from the Genius Act passing and stablecoin regulation taking place in the United States. Now, you might be saying, Tim, that's great for stablecoins. Why does Chainlink involved in that? Well, in a recent tweet put out by the Chainlink X account, they highlighted the U.S. Senate has officially passed the Genius Act, a landmark piece of legislation that establishes a regulatory framework for fiat-backed stablecoins. Of course, it still has to go back to Congress and get put into law, but the reason this is important is because of something put later in the tweet. With this regulatory clarity, there is going to be some form of a backing where these stablecoins, to be regulated, have to show proof of reserves. Well, Chainlink is the only platform that provides proof of reserves, cross-chain connectivity, and on-chain identity and compliance in a single system, all critical to securely scaling a stablecoin ecosystem for global adoption. We've watched stocks tied to stablecoins skyrocket over the last couple of weeks. We've also seen a lot of excitement about the future of blockchain being integrated into the normal ecosystem. But guess what? If that's going to take place, if this regulation does end up happening, all roads point towards Chainlink having a massive part of this plan in establishing that framework to make sure these stablecoin companies are being truthful, honest, and backing up their reserves so we don't see another FTX or Celsius debacle like we saw back in 2022. What does this mean? This means that Chainlink is a massive part of the future. And I was having this conversation earlier with some of the guys on our team, and we were going through a list. If you told me right now that you were going to create a list of cryptocurrencies that you would hold for 10 years, which coins would you be most likely to put on that list? Of course, at the top, you gotta say Bitcoin. Bitcoin is king for a reason. It's not going anywhere. If you told me I had to hold crypto for 10 years and not sell a single dime of it, Bitcoin's gonna be at the top of the list. But when I start to look towards number 2, there's going to be some interesting things like some different layer ones. I mean, Ethereum, Solana, Sui, these are all very interesting levels. XRP as well, I would say, is a very interesting coin to think about for 10 years. But at the moment, if you said, Tim, which is your second most likely coin to hold for the next 10 years, feeling confident that it will continue to produce returns? While I'm not a financial advisor and I cannot promise or guarantee anything, at this moment in time, Chainlink would confidently be my second coin that I would feel safe in holding for the next 10 years. And the reason why is because of the massive adoption and massive need for an oracle like Chainlink as we step into the next part of the financial world. With that said, though, let me know in the comments below. Are you on Team Chainlink as well? Are you as bullish as I am long-term on this coin? Or do you think there's another project out there that could come in and steal the glory and send Chainlink to the downside? Going back over into the charts, though, let's start off with longer-term thoughts that I have on this project. I'm going to start by saying I get a lot of flack in the comment section from time to time because I've told you guys that I still believe in this bull market, we could see Chainlink easily eclipse over $100, and I still see a world where we get over $300 billion in market cap and see a price over $300 on Chainlink for probably sometime in 2026. Well, I'm not going to promise that as a guarantee. There's no way to know for certain. I would be very willing to take profit on some of my Chainlink holdings before those levels. I still sit before you today confident and thinking that Chainlink could easily reach levels of $100 to $300 in the next 12 months. Make sure you're ready to pivot. Make sure you don't lock yourself into any one prediction and get stubborn and hold off on changing your mind. But at the moment, processing the information and the charts that I have, I still am confident. If you guys have been asking that question, does Tim still think $300 is doable for Chainlink? Absolutely. And when you start to talk about the next 10 years, don't be surprised to see this coin go into the 4-figure mode, well over $1,000 per coin. But I'll save the details of that for another video. In this one, let's start to focus in on maybe the next couple of weeks and the next couple of months. Even though Chainlink has had boring price action, we are inside of a very bullish formation at the moment that we're simply just waiting for a prick and a bullish structure to move to the upside. This is what we call a falling broadening wedge or a falling megaphone pattern. Lower levels of resistance, lower levels of support, but this consolidative movement, this move to the downside, often in the world of technical analysis, precedes a big breakout to the upside. And at the moment, the way you would take this is by taking the length of the most volatile move in this section. In this case, we're talking about what we dropped from just under $15 all the way down to $11 in the last week and some change. And then you move this over to a potential breakout spot. This could bring us to a bullish breakout and then weeks away from a price prediction back up to $18.76. That would be very, very cool. I've already told you guys in the summer, if we do start to spark some bullishness once again, there are some major resistance levels to keep an eye on either later this summer or in recent content. I've talked about how altcoin season could have to wait until September. When the altcoin season does get going, the next major upward level to keep an eye on is going to be somewhere between $25 to $31 between the weekly smart trail and the highs that we just established back in December of 2024. After that, of course, as we get into 2026, I'm again thinking we go much, much, much higher. But as we focus on shorter time frames and shorter bullish movements, I have my eyes on a short-term $18 Chainlink, medium term here being 25 to 31, and then longer term still over $100 per coin. But I told you in this video, we would also focus on a potential trade setup for the next couple of days. And as bullish as I am long-term on Chainlink, I'm also a day trader, and I trade the charts on what they're telling me we have in front of us. And right now, as we are coming back up to the resistance level of this formation, if we don't get a clean breakout, if we can't get back above $14 and close several daily and 4-hour candles, a rejection is potentially on the menu. And what I see happening right now, if we were to go to the 12-hour chart, I have a trading strategy that I like to teach to our VIP trading group that involves the 12-hour, 4-hour, and 1-hour chart. And what this entails, if you have the Lux Algo indicator, is that what you're looking for is a gray dot of bearish momentum on the 12-hour chart. And while that 12-hour dot is not on here at the moment, and actually just minutes before shooting this video, and we had a little bit of a pump, there was a gray dot here, but you can clearly see that the money flow and the hyperwave, the oscillator, are curving over. This always happens right before a gray dot comes in the picture, and we see the money start to flow back to the downside. So at the moment, we have a little bit of a bubble right here. We have a little bit of a negative movement starting on the 12-hour chart. I do want to see that gray dot confirmed, but again, I think we're probably 1 to 2 candles away from getting that gray dot. After that, I want to take a look at what's happening over on the 4-hour, where you can see we have already had a massive sell signal on the 4-hour chart come into picture. Red reversals, bearish momentum, negative money flow, and then currently we are serving under a gray dot. What I like to do with these 3 time frames, and again, in our VIP trading group, we teach this trade in depth, is I use the 12-hour chart to kind of predict the trend direction of where we could be going for the next couple of days. In this case, if that gray dot does appear, we should have a bearish trend. Well, with that being said, I like to use the 4-hour chart as my target for just how far down I could get a trade. In this case, with gray dots and sell signals coming in on the 4-hour chart, I do have targets for Chainlink to make its way back down potentially as low as $12.17 to potentially even down towards $11.82. This, of course, would give me a trade setup somewhere in this world currently around 13.26, down here towards these levels. I'm going to stay conservative and leave it at that 12.17, but I want to make sure my stop loss is put just barely above recent highs, and that would be a trade setup I would use. I want to wait for us to kind of pull back up here a little bit higher, but ultimately that would be my trade setup. But the third part of this trade would be going and getting confirmation from the 1-hour chart. You can see here we recently have bounced off of a 1-hour support level on the smart trail, and with a green dot just forming on this candle, we should make a move slightly higher, which is what's going to allow me to get a higher entry on this trade. But the minute this oscillator, the Lux Algo oscillator, prints another gray dot, and I have a trio of 12-hour, 4-hour, and 1-hour bearishness, I trigger my trade, I make this move to the downside, and I have myself a setup with a more than 90% win rate at this time as we've been using it for the last couple of weeks. I have a perfect short situation for Chainlink to bring the price all the way down to the 4-hour smart trail, down towards 12.18. Now, I haven't entered this short just yet. Like I said, there's a couple more things that I need to see happen over the next couple of hours to feel confident about this position. But if this is something that interests you and you want to learn a lot more about how to trade these markets, whether bullish or bearish, the VIP trading group in the link down below is a perfect place to not only learn the technical analysis, but also learn how to actually apply it and make money in day trading, scalp trading, swing trading, and even long-term investments. So on your way out, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe if you love Chainlink. If you want to learn more about trading, check out the BloFin link and the VIP trading group. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Adios.